Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing some Q&As on the Royal Marines. So this is an accumulation of questions that I get asked a lot on my Instagram and my Facebook. So thought just compile them all into one video and I'll try and answer them as best as possible. Remember to like and subscribe if you want more content, and also if you've got any of your own questions, put them in the comments box below. So this is a massive point for a lot of people joining the Royal Marines and the military. They try to give you a preference when you pass out. They'll try and give you do get a choice, like your first and second unit. However, service needs comes first. For instance, if Afghanistan's on and they need more people to go to 4-2 who are going to be deploying in 6 months' time, then they're going to send you to 4-2. When it's a bit more chilled out and there's like not many conflicts going on, then they'll try and base you as best as possible at your preference choice. But service needs do come first. So a lot of people probably won't be supportive with you joining the military because of the nature of the job and also the danger that comes with it. But you've got to ask your parents a question, do they want you to be working in a dead-end job for the rest of your life and always feel like you could have achieved more? Or do they want you to risk it for a biscuit, so to speak, and join an elite organisation, grow as a person, travel the world, meet loads of new people, and experience a completely different way of living? Obviously, there isn't a dangerous element to it. However, you can get killed crossing the road to go to work in Tesco. So it all depends on the reasons that they don't want you to. But at the end of the day, you've got to make your own decisions for your own life. So it will be hard with them not on board. However, if you're 18 years old or older, then obviously the decision is in your hands. So it can be hard, obviously, if your family's not on board. However, if it's something you really, really want to do, you're going to get to 40 years old and regret it. So yeah, you've got to make that decision. Also, something you could do is sit down at a whiteboard with your parents, go through all the pros and all the cons, and I guarantee that the pros will outweigh the cons. So the Royal Marines are always deploying somewhere. If it's not on operations, then it'll be on exercises. So there's lots of opportunities to go abroad. You will be going. You'll pretty much go abroad almost every year of your career, whether it's Europe, America, obviously operationally, or wherever. So yeah, lots of opportunities to travel the world and to experience new places and new people. Whatever job you do in this entire world, there will be points where you don't enjoy yourself or you'll be made to do something you don't want to do. Nothing different with the Royal Marines. There will be points where you're going, what the heck am I doing, or this job sucks. However, with the Royal Marines, there's so many different opportunities, different things going on all the time, that you'll only be doing a job you don't enjoy for a year or two at the most, and then you can move on. So sometimes you've just got to take the rough with the smooth. Profs and dips, we call it. Sometimes you're going to be proffing, life's going to be going amazingly, you're going to get sorted right out. Other times you're going to be screwed over. So yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? Like, there's no perfect job out there. Even when I was playing football at the age of 18, 5 days a week, I used to wake up and think, I can't be bothered to train today, like, I hate football and stuff like that. Whereas I look back now and I'm like, what the heck, that was like the easiest life ever. So whatever you do, there's gonna be points where you don't enjoy it. This is a hard one for me to answer because I left full-time Royal Marines at 24, and I've been in the reserves ever since with a family. So reserve life is definitely conducive with family life. Really easy to manage. However, being in the Royal Marines is a lot harder. So I know a lot of the older, the sergeants and corporals and hierarchy have to make massive sacrifices when it comes to family life in order to fulfill their career. However, there's lots of benefits as well. Like, children will get percentage off their school fees for private schools. You'll get subsidised living. There's lots of good benefits, but there's also times where you could be away 8 months a year, so on and so forth. So something you really do need to sit down and talk to with your partner and your children, and whether it's the right decision for you. I think a better way of answering this is what body fat percentage should I go at, because obviously weight is, it depends what size you are, depends how tall you are, how lean you are, etc. So I wouldn't go, I wouldn't have a body weight percentage, body fat percentage higher than 18 to 20, and I wouldn't have it lower than 10. You know, you do want to have some fat stores, especially when you're on exercises and yomping and things like that. Obviously training, they reckon you burn about 5,000 calories a day minimum, so it's important to have some extra fuel sources there. I went in, so I'm 5'8", I went in at 70 kilo. Within 3 or 4 months I was 81 kilo and sort of stayed around that weight for the rest of my career. At the moment I'm about 77 and a half, 78, so slightly under what I was as a full-time Marine. But yeah, you don't want, I would say personally, you don't want to be absolutely ripped up, but you don't want to be dead chubby as well, because obviously if you're carrying too much weight, you're having to do more work. If you're not carrying enough, then you might fatigue on the long exercises. The only way to put weight on is to be in a calorie surplus, and the only way to take weight off is to be in a calorie deficit. So that means that if you want to put weight on, you've got to eat more calories than you burn, and if you want to lose weight, you've got to eat less calories than you burn. So the way I trained is I did a lot of hill sprints, a lot of running, and pretty much all body weight work. You can put your compound movements in there like deadlifts, squats, bench press, shoulder press, but you really want to focus your training around running, and body weight work. So we have a program called Complete Commando, so that will literally, there's no thinking involved, you just follow the plan and that will get you ready for the Royal. If you have the chance to go officer, I'd 100% recommend going for it, and if you don't get through, then you can always fall back and go junior, go the junior rank way. You know, a lot of people say they want to be one of the lads, but officers are one of the lads as well. In their own way, they're slightly disconnected to the junior ranks. However, they obviously have their own community as well. But if you can go in as an officer, 100% try and go for it. Yeah, your family will get vetted, but as long as they're not like, you know, terrorists, you'll be fine. So recently the process has changed, so there used to be a PRMC, which was 3 days at Lympstone, where you just get absolutely battered for 3 days, and then whoever completed it with the correct scores would go into training. Now it's slightly different. Now that they have the pre-joining test, VPJFT, if you're successful in that, then you'll go on to ROP, so the recruit phase, recruit orientation phase. That's 4 weeks at Lympstone, where they'll gradually build you up to the required standard. There will be pass or fail tests in week 4. However, if you get through that, then you're in training. So training now is effectively 36 weeks, 32 weeks of basic training and 4 weeks of ROP. Tons of opportunities for sports. I've done judo, climbing, boxing, football, rugby, badminton, squash, yeah, maybe 1 or 2 others for the Royal Marines, and also for the Navy. Few of those sports for the Navy as well. Yeah, so loads of opportunity, especially if you're a good sportsman. Then yeah, you're going to get propelled to represent the Royal Marines, and then if you do well enough, then you'll represent the Navy. If you do well enough there, you represent the whole military. So yeah, some really awesome opportunities for that. This really depends on the maturity of you and also your body. So I've got friends who joined at 16. I don't think I'd have been able to join at 16, just maturity wise. Then I know lads who have joined at 32. Again, I'm 30 now. I feel like if I joined now, I'd be fine. But some people are hanging out by the age of 30. So it really depends on your body and also your mentality. One thing I'd say is younger lads will take orders better. But then maybe they struggle a little bit more with like the harshness of the physicality of it, and also the admin side of it. Whereas older people may be better, their body's more adapted, and they might be able to sort their admin out better and be more mature, but may struggle to take orders, especially off people younger than them. So it's something you got to weigh up. But yeah, like there's a cut-off age of 31, 32 for a reason. It's because you can still do it at that age. So if you're that age and you think you're too old, you're not, because that's why the cut-off age is there. So it all depends on your personality and your physicality.